So Saggy, this week from Le Vampire, you pulled the past to prison. Bitterness, grudge, and refusal to let go. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled mysticism. Now, the past to prison is talking about how this is a chance for you to free yourself from the sadness and misery of another, and to set a wonderful example of how to live freely without bitterness and regret. The past to prison really does talk about having, bitterness and grudges put on you by other people. It's like it's not even your fight, but you're hanging on to their bitterness. But very much when this card shows up, I automatically get the feeling of there's something in the past that you're not letting go of. And it's creating that bitterness within you. And if you are hanging on to grudges, you need to let go. And then when you're looking at mysticism, for some of you, you may be ignoring your intuition, or you may be fearing the unknown. And the unknown would be what is going to happen when I do let this go. Because for some of you, there's that feeling that you've been hanging on to this for a while. Now, mysticism. The inspiration says, it is wise to be the observer. Do not respond until you are certain. The unknown is not easy, but it is no longer necessary to fear. And then the personal question is, am I ignoring my intuition? What I suspect is probably true. The key ideas are ignoring signs, unknown motivation, intuitive knowing, fear of the unknown, and journey. So if some of you are fearing the unknown, it may be because you're hanging on to something. And then, the other part of it too is not paying attention to your intuition. That intuitive nudge is telling you that whatever it is that you're hanging on to, that it's causing bitterness, it is time for you to let it go. All right, Sag, here we go. Here is the energy coming through. Man, really? The Prince of Swords and the Knight of Swords, seeing that as a signifier, there's a couple of feelings around it, and we'll see what unfolds here. But for some of you, the Knight of Swords is definitely one of those cards where he is not going with the flow. This is somebody who is going against the wind, right? But damn it, he's got a mission. He's got something to say. You're going to listen to it, and that is it. For some of you, this may be you needing to speak the truth. Some of you are being courageous here and moving forward quickly. For some of you, there's also the feeling, though, too, on the negative side, when you're looking at the past to prison, maybe acting recklessly, possibly. And in the past, wow, happiness, the Ten of Cups. Seeing that as the past coming through is fantastic. But honestly, I would much rather have seen that in future conditions or the outcome. This is the energy from the past that's coming through. What is it that's changing with this, or how are you building on it is immediately my question. But it's saying, emotional satisfaction, absolute emotional satisfaction. And in the present, so now, for some of you, this looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. The Queen of Wands, I do very much like seeing this, especially for the Saggy females. This is saying that you're in a really good spot right now. You're feeling attractive, and she is very spiritual too as well. And it's funny because then you have mysticism. For some of you, you are tapping into that intuition. But, on the other hand, some of you may be dealing with another fire sign. And again, this being a general reading, this could be male or female. But for the females, this is fantastic energy. Man, you are after it. You are after it, and you're feeling good. And I think you know exactly what it is that you want. And you're wanting to continue to pull on that energy of happiness. And maybe this happiness is leading you into a spot now where you're feeling really good about yourself, and damn it, you're going quick, right? You're after it. And clarity, mental clarity. And for Sag, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh yeah, look at it. Happiness, satisfaction and happiness. That's beautiful, Sag. That is beautiful energy. And I do think that if a lot of you let go of whatever is holding you back when it comes to the past of prison, you're tapping into some amazing energy. Amazing. Seeing the Nine of Cups is talking about wish fulfillment too. You know, but emotionally, you're doing great. You're happy. Hell yeah. And here you are showing off, right? Your best path to follow. Yeah, you do have a very stable home foundation. That's immediately what I feel like with this. The Four of Wands, celebration, but it is a stable foundation. It's one of those cards where, you know, you have the foundation set, you've got the four walls up. You know that there's still more to do here, but you're celebrating how far you've come. And absolutely, you know, you get to that spot where there's a sense of the completion, right? It's almost there. It's almost there. So let's celebrate it. And you're like, I feel like with the Princess Swords being the signifier, I'm not, you know, I'm not seeing any arrogance. I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit, maybe, right? But I'm not seeing it bad as a bad thing at all. I just feel this energy of being courageous and really like tapping into who you are. There's happiness all the way around you and a beautiful, beautiful home life going on. Woo! Shit. And your environment, death and rebirth. I do feel like when you're looking at the Queen of Wands and you're looking at death, this is you, and this is you feeling a sense of rebirth. Absolutely. An old way of being is gone now. It's done with, especially with the past of prison. And, you know, you're pulling on the energy of Scorpio. You have mysticism here, and then you have the Queen of Wands. I do think that a lot of you are really getting in touch with not only your intuition, but with this amazing, exciting energy here with the Queen of Wands, and you're managing your life and you're continuing to create happiness. But death in your environment I see as a good thing, especially with that Queen of Wands, because I'm not seeing anything bad here at all that's suggesting that something needs to be over with. I just think that a lot of you are understanding now what you need to do to continue to create this happiness, because you're definitely doing it. You're definitely doing it. Like your thoughts and your actions are there. You know, something needs to change. And I feel like you're doing just that. I mean, again, seeing the two, hell yeah, hell yeah. Your hopes and your fears, the Eight of Swords, fear of moving forward. And again, it goes back to fear of the unknown, right? In it being in the position that it's in, I'm not too worried about it, especially with the Prince of Swords being there. You know, and if you are dealing with a person, I do think that this is a person that's coming to your aid. But when you're looking at the Eight of Swords, you know, it's that like restriction. Why are you like pinning yourself in this like little space here where you're afraid to move forward? You know, you don't need to do that. And it is, for me, looking at this fear of the unknown. You know, fearing maybe having to go through some changes. But ultimately, these changes are going to lead to happiness. And it is a rebirth that's happening within you. Oh, and then the outcome. Wow. The Six of Cups. Emotionally, you guys are doing fantastic. And I do feel like looking at the Six of Cups as the outcome, and you look at your past and you have the Ten of Cups, that's exactly what you're recreating in your life, is happiness. There is a reason for you to be happy right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have rebirth. You have your energy with the Queen of Wands. You're looking at the Prince of Swords. Now, for some of you, you know, this could definitely have to do with you dealing with an air sign. And when you're looking at all this emotional happiness, this could be somebody from the past coming through because of the Six of Cups. You know, and there may be this connection there, right? Because look at it, you know, right? It's like here you are at a younger stage, and then here you are, right? But it's like switched, you know. So something that was very happy for you is returning. Absolutely. Especially with the Nine of Cups. And it may be a return of you and feeling excited, feeling some passion, getting control over what's going on in your life. And that's like doubled with the Prince of Swords. Now, for some of you, it could be another fire sign. It could be another air sign. You've got all this water going on, and then you got Scorpio sitting here. Whoever this person is that's coming through is like they're either helping you here when you're looking at the Four of Wands, right? Because again, I mean, two, right? But then at the same time, you have you going on. Either way, Sag, this is a beautiful reading. I don't think that there's anything for you to fear at all. There may be some things that are changing within relationships for you, but it's all beautiful energy, beautiful energy. And if you have somebody that's coming to your aid here, it's creating this sense of happiness, you know. And it could be like a friend from the past that's coming through, and you're like recreating joyful memories with them as well. But overall, I do feel like this is you. This is you. You're rising up from the ashes, and you're tapping into like this awesome energy. I love the energy of the Queen of Wands, especially in the positive. But ultimately, happiness, Sag, it's beautiful. Emerging, something is emerging. You are emerging. You are emerging into a new you. Absolutely. You are going through a rebirth. And some love may be emerging from the past that you need to be open to. I love it. I love it. I think it's perfect. And then seeing love in between that, you know, also have love for yourself as well. Absolutely. But I do think that, you know, seeing the Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and all this happiness going on, and you being like all in your space, right? I do think that you need to be open to maybe a love from the past coming through. That's possible. It's possible. And don't fear. Don't have fear, right? Because ultimately, you're looking at happiness. Absolutely. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Absolutely. When it comes to letting go of past resentments. Beautiful. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. So Sag, you need to be open to some love possibly emerging for some of you and needing to act on that. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, this is fantastic. Everything looks great. It's beautiful. And there is no reason for you to fear the changes that are happening with you either. You know, I mean, if you're looking at recreating some happiness, you're taking the right steps. Absolutely. I don't think that you're rushing into anything arrogantly. Looking at the Knight of Swords, I do think that you are taking the right actions. And again, actions speak loudly, right? But definitely express your love through your actions. Beautiful reading, Sag. Beautiful reading. I think this week is going to be nice and smooth for you. And beautiful. It's beautiful energy between the two. I'm looking at the fire and I'm looking at you going through that rebirth. And these two cards are fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, Sag, this is a beautiful reading. It's so easy peasy. The energy here is really nice. Emotionally, I'm feeling like comfortable, like yes, it's beautiful. I really do think that a lot of you are recreating yourself. You're going through a rebirth here and you're really getting in touch with that feistier side, right? But you're also feeling this new excitement too. And you're recreating happiness. I mean, and then seeing the Nine of Cups, absolutely. These are beautiful cards. And you're pulling on some amazing energy here. I think that you are headed in the right direction, absolutely, and I think you're after it. But there is no reason to fear what is changing for you or what is coming back through for some of you. Because I do think that there is something or someone from the past coming through that may be bringing a lot of happiness with them. Now, on the other hand, for a lot of you, this is just you making some changes within you and creating your own happiness. It's beautiful. Now, when you're looking at mysticism and the past to prison, Absolutely, it can talk about the fear of the unknown, especially when you start to release that past that may have been holding you back. But I do think that your intuition is guiding you to this spot now where you realize that those things need to be let go of. And there's no reason to fear that, right? It's this feeling of you releasing finally this energy, like it's over and it's done with, right? And emerging love that you need to be open to. I love it. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And then look at your inner strength. Absolutely. There's no reason to fear new love in your life for some of you. There's no reason to fear the changes that are happening, because ultimately there is happiness and actions, right? Actions. And I definitely do think that that's going with this. Seeing this as a signifier to me is saying that you're after it. You're clear in your thinking. You're clear in your communication. You may be moving a little bit fast where the fear may be coming in, which is understandable, but I do think that you are on the right track. Whatever it is from the past that's coming through, the happiness that's attached to it is beautiful, and then you in the middle of it, hell yeah, hell yeah. You are going through that rebirth. It's a beautiful reading, Sag. Enjoy your week and enjoy all this happiness going on too.